Hello there, Scorpio. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I want to welcome you one and all, my kings, my queens, and my in-betweens. Everybody is welcome here. I won't judge you if you won't judge me. All right? Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and light a candle for some positive vibes, and we'll go ahead and get ready to get into April. Oh, my candle. She's a little... There we go. Cool. So yes, it's positive energy right there. Boink, right there. Perfect. So we'll have that there. And let's go ahead and talk about some of the, well, let's talk about positive vibes. Keeping them positive and keeping things up and lit and right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do a little smudge right now. Keeping things clean, right? Okay, so I have some messages from Spirit, specifically your message from Spirit that goes to all 12 signs is that we're going to need to sort of pace ourselves this month, because it's really important with all the things that are going on with Mercury retrograde and of course the eclipses. It's important for us to stay kind of consistent as opposed to sprinting off into the future or sprinting off into something new and then kind of laying back and chilling out, right? We have to sort of stay consistent. All right. So yes, indeed, I have some cards here we're going to play with. Let's get into this, right? So I have this pre-programmed deck of cards. We're going to pull you a stone for the month. All right. Let's go ahead and see what we got for you, Scorpio. All right. Your private message for you is that it's important for you to stay grounded. And yeah, my spirit has said that being grounded right now is going to be really important for you. There's just a lot of opportunities for you to end up more detached and up at the others. So we have pulled Vandinite, which is power. Very cool. This lady is in full warrior pose right there, you know. She's got one leg out and the other one out there, back there. She's wielding her power in all ways. Quite the warrior princess herself. So this is a great second chakra stone, all about creativity and staying in your power, staying grounded, staying leveled. But definitely, damn, right? She's awesome. I like her very much. She's got a lot going on there. You're going to be very powerful this month. So your words will matter. How you speak with people will matter. And how you wield your power will be a big question mark all month. All right? So there you go, Scorpio. I have these pre-programmed cards. We're going to go ahead and lay them out in 4 columns for April for the 4 weeks. All right? And then we'll have the 3 rows that will represent where we are, what's blocking us, and our solution will be the 3rd row. All right. So let's go ahead and get these out. Perfect. Set these aside. And now let's look at what we have. Okay. Here we go. So we have, I'm going to go ahead and do this full overview for all 4 weeks of April, and then we'll go in depth on the very first week at the end. All right. So let's talk about March 31st through April 6th. All right. We have the moving on card, which is telling me that there is has a tiny bit of chariot where you could be on an adventure of some sort, but this does seem a lot like you are releasing one situation or relationship or maybe a work situation that you're in, and you're going to release that so you can move forward into something else. Okay. It feels a lot like you're moving in power. You're moving into a light situation. You're not moving out into the darkness. You're moving into the light. So this is good. This may be due to various conflict for some of you, not all of you. This is a general reading, of course. It won't match all Scorpio, but it will match some of you quite well. But yes, you are indeed keeping an eye on where you're going and how you're going to get there. I feel like this might be a compass in your hand right here. You're watching your direction and you're moving towards the light, and that's wonderful news. So we like that very much. That's good. The area where you're blocked this week, your intuition is a little bit off. So maybe even though you want to check your gut before you make decisions, maybe it's not that big a deal this week, okay? So just let that be okay. Do the physical stuff in front of you. Do the things you already agreed to, and maybe even if you have big decisions and you want to make sure that your intuition is on point about those big decisions, just put them off till next week. That would be a fair opportunity to how to handle that little blockage, all right? Because you're actually going to have some triumphant success. This is good news. We like that very much for you. This is very Ace of Swordsy. Very much so, speaking to how you are going to be very successful as you move into the light over here. So I'm very glad to see that. Even this one even has the light and the dark situation. You can see them both lined up here, light and light, and the dark and the dark. All right, so very cool. I like this very much for you. There's a lot of good things happening. This week is going to be great. Even if you aren't using your intuition, things that have been pre-planned and are getting going are all working very well. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and we'll go in depth at this at the end of the video. But let's look at 7th through the 13th, right? So there will be an emotional loss of some sort. This could be anything you care deeply about that may be, for some of you, it might be as simple as a plant that you cared about that died. So don't be alarmed that that happened. Realize it was coming. I don't feel like whatever's going on here, whatever's being lost, was any fault of your own, okay? So don't take on any guilt or shame about the thing. Just know that, as you can see the big shell here, showing off that thing that is the Fibonacci sequencey thing that really speaks to me about how this is the way it's supposed to be. This is how it's going. And there's a reason for everything, okay? So while you may not be able to see what this loss is or why this loss was important, it will be what it's supposed to be, and it's timely in its own right, okay? So you may not be able to see the picture yet, okay? Just be okay with that. And memories of love are in the past right now. They're blocked. So you're not going to be able to access, with this new loss situation going on, you're going to be blocked from your memories right now. You're not going to, maybe that'll make it harder for you as you're going through this emotional, that you can't remember something that you thought you should remember. Maybe you're trying to remember the good times with so-and-so, but all you're remembering is the negative stuff. That happens. It's not wrong. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that sometimes when we lose certain people, we glom onto the most recent memory or the most poignant memory that we have of the person. This has happened to me also, where I lost somebody who was important to me, but I remembered their jerky qualities first, which left me annoyed and irritated and even a little bit mad at them. I think it was sort of a way for me to get through the pain of the loss, is to stay focused on the negatives, so then I didn't feel quite as intense at that time. The intensity came later, of course. You can't get away from grief. When it's ready to get you, you will get it. But truth is that you don't always have to have it all in one full tidal wave at once. You can, it can be minimal or less when we just simply don't internalize it the way other people would expect. And remember that grief is very specific and personal, so it shouldn't ever have to look like what other people expect. And I don't want you to ever try and squash yourself into a box that makes everybody else happy. about how you grieve. That's not cool. Okay? Do you, and let it be okay how you do it. All right? So, good. This interesting. The next card over is the heart chakra. So your heart chakra is your solution for this week. With all this emotional stuff going on, this is a big deal. So do what you can to support your heart. If you have specific yoga moves you like to do when you're feeling a lot of emotion, get into that. You can definitely carry some rocks that will support your heart. Obviously, green rocks would be a very good choice because it will help heal your heart. This is just reminding you that this heart-centered week, okay? So if you can, boundaries are the answer to supporting our heart, and I don't want you to be upset about that as a possibility. It might feel weird to like tell people I need to be left alone, but being left alone is a good way to take care of yourself and your heart, okay? So hang in there, and we'll see what happens next. The following week is going to be the 14th through the 20th of April, and you have victory and success. What? Wow. Talk about, well, we were talking about triumph and success the first week of April, so that's good. But now we're having victory and success. Awesome. Really amazing stuff, right? Of course. So yes, there is a lot to be said for going through a bunch of turmoil can get you to a place of joy, okay? And it's okay to feel joy even when you have sadness in the background still, because I think you're still going to be working through this throughout the month, all right? Where you're blocked this week is the sacral chakra, your second chakra. Your creative juices are not flowing very well this week, all right? You're not going to be feeling very sexy, all right? Sorry there. But that's the truth of the second chakra being blocked, is that you're just not going to be feeling it. And that's okay. You can be who you are, get through the week, do what you need to do, and not have to do all that other stuff, okay? You will not be any less a human being. You're already dealing with victory and success, for goodness sakes. So, nice. I like that very much. And we have positive movement forward. Hello. Excellent. So this is wonderful news. I mean, we have moving on, positive movement forward, triumphant success, and victory and success. I mean, really now, 2 weeks back to back with some serious emotional stuff the week in between, which is also the week of the eclipse. Be careful and be cautious, and remember that we're having also a Mercury retrograde. So communication will be a little wanky, but it doesn't look like it's affecting you in any way, shape, or form. You're doing quite well. You're where you're at, and your solutions are all coming out perfect. So this is good news. I love that very much for you, Scorpio. Good job. Now, the final week, the 21st through the 27th of April, we're looking at your base chakra. You want to be grounded. Remember, we talked about that as your base thing, is to stay grounded, right? You want to stay in the ground. It's part of manifesting your own personal power, is staying grounded. It's not a mistake that this card is quite red, right? She's in her power, but she's also very grounded. All right, I like that very much for you. Do what you need to do. If you need to do physical exercise or other things to keep yourself grounded, do that. It'll be awesome. Interestingly, the part that's got you blocked right now is your partner in crime. There is no, if you have a partner in business or partner at home, something's off, okay? So good thing you're staying grounded. That's good news. But when there may be a communication gap, that might be the Mercury retrograde playing its part, because there's some disharmony. Okay, there's been a miscommunication. The lines got crossed. Somebody's understanding was different than what you meant, and finding the answer is going to be important. Okay, so you're going to need people to speak their truth, and then be open to it. Right, receive the information, and then move forward from there. All right. Because once you get that harmony figured out, I'm not saying you'll be able to fix it all in 1 week or maybe it'll be very quick. But the answer remains, your big answer is fertility. Well, hello. So for those of you who are in that age range where this is something that you want, you're going to be, you're going to want to take care of your base chakra. Hello. And harmony here, you might want to get that harmony back in order so that your fertility situation will get back on track, right? So if you want to manifest something like babies or other beautiful things in your life, this is the week that it can happen. I mean, you've had 2 brilliant opportunities, 2 weeks of brilliant success this week. So here we are in this opportunity to bring things in and create things for yourself. That's good news. Harmony is on the outs, so if you're looking to do business creativity, that's going to start happening also from a very grounded position, all right? So keep all of these things in mind. I'm going to go ahead and set these cards aside so that we can go in depth on the very first week of April, all right? For you, Scorpio. Here we go. These are the 3 cards. And this is a section of the Alleyman's Tarot that I have pre-programmed for you. I'm going to go ahead and lay these out so that we can see what's going on here, or add more detail. How's that? Cool. Okay, perfect. Here we go. So you're moving on, right? We talked about how you were getting ready to take flight to make something better for yourself by moving forward in a different direction, but you're moving away from something that didn't work for you anymore. It doesn't mean that it wasn't right for somebody else. It doesn't mean that they were doing it wrong. It means that you just need to get on with doing what you need to do, okay? This is going to help your financial base. This is a 4 of Pentacles. Remember that there will be a certain amount of money that you'll be laying out. For those of you who are moving into a new business that you're starting yourself, maybe the entrepreneurs are going to be needing to fork out some dough to create a good solid base and get started. That's cool. Be aware of that and pay attention to how that plays, all right? And of course, we have justice on our side. So everything is going to want to make sure everything turns out fair, all right? Everything here needs to be balanced and fair. As you leave, make sure you're not taking all of the toys. If the business was based on this being pre-assembled, this is a pre-assembled situation, and I'm leaving the partner in charge. They're going to give me a certain amount of money to buy me out, and I'm on my way. Whoop, that's how it'll work, right? But make sure that it's fair and equitable, so that if you don't get paid properly to move forward, then you're going to take some stuff with you, right? That's how that would work, is that you would, if you can't pay as much as you need to pay me off, then I'm going to take some equipment. Bye. And then you'll have to buy your own equipment. Bye. It's a touchy situation, and it will be interesting, but I think it'll work out, right? Your intuition, we said, was off. It's not going to be very easy for you to just tune in and feel like the vibes of what's really supposed to be happening. So you're going to be like, I don't know. I don't know for sure. Am I doing this right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Your judgment may be off also. So I'm going to say you should probably find a friend, a confidant, a life partner who is not involved in this situation, right? Because this could be a life partner situation where some of you may be walking away from a relationship and therefore wanting to stay equitably square, but also fair, right? So for those of you who aren't breaking up, but you're going to find an outside party that you can talk to and run things past, especially this week when your intuition is off because you're like, I don't know what to do, or I don't know if I'm doing it right. And they'll either say, oh yeah, sure, don't worry about it, or no. Because fear of doing it wrong could stop you from taking care of yourself. We need to be cautious and careful. This is the thing among reflections, which is usually that little negative Nelly that lives inside all of us, that shows up in the mirror, that ugly person that we don't care for in the mirror will show up and say, guess what? Ha, let's do it this way. And you're like, okay, I'll hear your voice, and then I'll disregard you because you're a meanie knee socks bikini. We don't like that guy. He's not very kind, and we want to make sure things come out fair, right? So you will think in your head, that little demon will come out and think the worst possible thing, and you'll be like, okay, you've had your say, now I'm going to ignore you, because we know we don't want that karma on our hands. That's a mess. So ultimately, we're going to end up in triumphant success. Huzzah! I think that it'll be a communication. You'll talk to somebody to make sure you're on the right page, and then you'll be like, okay, so this is what we need to do, and we'll get some legal paperwork that goes with it, and it'll be fair for you, and it'll be fair for me, and we're both on the same page. This seems okay. All right, we're both coming out of this. It's not going to be super perfect for either one of us, but we're definitely severing ties, and we're definitely moving on. So presto changeo, you're moving on, and you're having triumphant success in doing so, because you have big plans where you're headed. You don't need to be diddling around back over here anymore. So it's okay. It's all going to work out the way it's supposed to. And the Ten of Pentacles is here to say that your finances are going to be just great. Your finances are being just great. Maybe the thing that you're moving towards is already got so much backing financially that you're like, psh, this is me just cleaning up the mess back here. I don't technically need that money, but it's the foundation of where I'm going. This will be the seed money for where I'm headed to my triumphant success. So I need this to put the down payment on the da. And then the financing comes through. Presto changeo, you have additional money. Maybe it's the down payment on something else that's going to be brilliant for you. All right. And yes, this is the Ten of Cups. I know it's hard to believe, but yes, she is the Ten of Cups. She is a happy, happy son of a gun. All right. I hope no one's offended, but she's a naughty little girl. But she's having a great time. And that's the beauty of this Ten of Cups, is that she is wallowing and happy and joy in all of her happiness. It's a beautiful, beautiful about abundance of love and joy and family and happiness. I know it's hard to imagine family in this mess, but it is. It's traditional tarot shows the happy family with the Ten of Cups, and she is most definitely happy. So yes, keep in mind that there will be joy within the family and everything else, even as we come through at the very end of this week. All right, so that's very good. I'm very happy to see that for you, Scorpio. You've done really well, stayed grounded, stayed clear. Why don't we talk a minute about what rocks I'm carrying in my pocket? All right, I have these rocks in my pocket right now. I have this black tourmaline. I have goldstone, blue lace agate, and angelite. Now, the way these work for me is the black tourmaline is working in my base chakra, keeping me grounded while I do my readings. The goldstone is working. It can work for the second, third, or fourth chakras, but right now I'm using it in my second chakra to help me stay creative and capable of getting the word out properly, and with some good stories for you all. And this is blue lace working on my fifth chakra, keeping me talking to you and keep my words moving properly and cleanly. I like that very much. And of course, we have angelite, which is going to operate on my sixth and seventh chakras, helping me bring in the information and messages from my better angels to share with you here through my fifth chakra. All right. So these are the rocks I have in my pocket, right? So it looks to me like you could use a few rocks for your pocket. Let's go get them. All right. Okay, so we have a few rocks for your pocket. We have carnelian, we have fluorite, we have black amethyst, and we have mangano. Mangano is a really fun stone. So let's put them in order. All right, so carnelian is a second chakra stone. It's going to keep you grounded. It's going to keep keep you on track and your creativity at peak performance. So I like that very much. You're going to need some creativity while you're working on getting some justice happening, and you're also going to need it when you're working on your judgment. Okay, so keep your creativity in mind. Mangano is a very lovely heartstone. It speaks to all the soft and squishy stuff we usually keep this part of our heart protected, right? We keep it under cover and shelled over so that nobody can see it and nobody can ever possibly hurt us. But this is that little part of ourselves that's like, we turn into the gushy bob when we see a little baby, or when we see a new puppy or a new kitten, and we just turn into a little gushy bob. And that's the little part of us that we need to sort of use while our intuition is blocked and our judgment is off, and we're worried about being in fear. Your gushy bob is going to be over here thinking about all this triumphant success and stuff, but you want to be clear that if you can use that over here while you're working out this stuff, it's going to be awesome. But you'll also want to communicate your words, communicate your point of view, so that you can take care of what's going on. This is fluorite, and because of its blue-green, it's taken your higher heart and it's verbalizing it. Okay, you're going to verbalize your higher heart, which we've already got the gushy bob right here. Very nice. So you're able to speak the beautiful platitudes that are you really mean so much to me. I appreciate all the help you were in the beginning, and I really know that you matter to me. We're going to stay in touch. It's not that I'm bailing out and disappearing forever. It's that I'm going to move on and go do something else while you continue this. Feel free to call if you have any questions. I'm good, and I'm happy to help you. All right? So this is the kind of communication that will come out of you as you're making your movements. You don't want to leave them in the jilt. If you need help with a lesson plan or whatever, you can offer them little things that will help them release you more easily. Of course, we have the black amethyst, letting you receive the messages that your intuition won't let you have right now. So maybe they'll be stored here and you'll be able to access them later, because you're not really able to access them right now. But it will help ease the pain of not feeling like you can access that information, okay? So this black amethyst will help keep your 6th chakra flexible and happy, even though it's not receiving right now, okay? So don't be upset that it's blocked. It's natural on occasion to be blocked, okay? So, all right, Scorpio, I'm going to put these down right here. Let's go ahead, and you don't have to carry those rocks in your pocket. But if you carry some rocks in your pocket, comment below. Tell me what you got. I'm always so excited to find out. If you have questions about which ones will be useful for a specific situation you're going through, leave me a comment. Let me know, and I'll help you right through. All right? I'm here for you. I want to be of assistance in any way I can. All right? And next week, we'll be talking about the 7th through the 13th. There we go. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, by all means, do so. It helps keep the algorithm moving and the messages on the flow. All right? I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much, Scorpio. We'll talk next week.